Good morning, and welcome to the Rise Up Morning Show right here on All Are We TV. How you doing this morning? It is Thursday. What is the date? Today is Thursday. Ah man, what a week! It's Thursday, January 30th, 6:41 in the morning. The weekend is right upon us. We're gonna be telling you what's happening this weekend. We're gonna find out about the new Carnival royalty, who's gonna be running for the different shows, the different pageants. They have the big unveiling this weekend. Miss Naturalista, a proud supporter, they have a massive event going on this weekend. Miss Naturalista is a post-Christmas giveaway. Going to tell you all about that as well. And guess what? Did you know Duffy's Love Shack is celebrating their 30th anniversary? But all of that you're going to find out is a morning, 1 hour show here waking you up, letting you know what's happening in the Virgin Islands and beyond. That's right. How is your week going so far, man? Well, it's almost over, So listen, if you got to be there for 7 o'clock, you got about 14 minutes. Don't speed. Ain't nothing wrong to say you're late and that you're sorry. I do it all the time, but I've been trying to do thing. It's called being on time. I've been trying it too. It takes some adjusting, but you could do it as well. You're waking up to go to school. Listen, so much is happening in our Caribbean. And in about 2 weeks, you're going to have Valentine's Day weekend. You're going to have the big concert. And you're going to have AgriFest in St. Croix. So that there is popping. And something else is happening next week. What's happening next week? Super Bowl. Super Bowl is happening. So listen, good morning to you. Welcome to the entire Virgin Islands and beyond the Caribbean. Let's see what's happening here on the weather side of things. On the weather side of things, it says it's going to be 76 degrees Fahrenheit. What we having today? Let's scroll along and show you. Today, they say the precipitation is coming around in the night, 10 p.m. to about 4 a.m. This weather comes from MSN. Sometimes we use iPhone, Apple weather services. As you see, there isn't that much clouds out there in our region covering the Virgin Islands, U.S. and British Virgin Islands. They say it's going to be mostly cloudy skies. There will be a high 83 degrees on this humid day. Listen, it's been hot out there. I'm going to tell you, some places is like with your grandmother days. You got to have your parasol, to be honest, because it's been hot, man. It's been hot. What's happening on the side with the cruise ships? Let's find out. I am not today. What we have today being Thursday, there's one ship, and that's the Carnival Magic, and that's at Haven Site from 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. Friday, there's going to be two ships and Haven Site and Crown Bay. St. Croix, you had a ship, was that yesterday, and your next ship is going to be on Saturday. That's the Seven Seas Navigator. Smaller ship, but still is a ship, and we welcome all our guests. So St. Thomas, you're going to see ships on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Seems that we're not going to have any ships on Sunday this week. So what a week it's been. This week has been the state of the territory of the United States Virgin Islands. Governor Bryan making his seventh delivery to the people of the Virgin Islands and before the legislature, indicating the success of 2024 and the goals of 2025. This being an important year because 2020, what's the next year? 2026 is really going to be his year where he wrapping up, and that's going to be election and such like that. So he stated here in our interviews that he's really in go mode, making things happen. But we got a chance to speak with the governor post State of the Territory on Tuesday. We talked with the senators. We had Alma Francis Heiliger, Senator Kurt Vialet, Senator Avery Lewis, and Senator Carla Joseph. Well, we got to sit down with the governor. We really went in for 3 questions, but the governor liked to share details, and we love that. So it went a little longer. But we're going to punch throughout this morning some of the points that he made, sharing. The first one, the big one is going to be, he made the announcement on the racetrack. So that's a big one. But the one that we're going to play first is the details on the opening of a new technical school that's coming to the Virgin Islands. How is this going to look? Where it's going to be located? How is it going to take shape and form? That was our question to him, and he answered it. So we're going to share that with you right here, Governor Bryan, sharing the details of the proposed VI Technical College. You mentioned which chapter you did attention, technical college.
Right.
What can you share about that, details of that? What department is it going to fall under? Which island is it going to be based on? What can we expect with this technical college coming for our residents?
So this is a great new initiative, and really we have our policy advisor, Sana Smith, that has been pushing this, and it'll be on all three islands. So what we've done really is we've set up a school curriculum and an infrastructure that will allow us to be able to grant 2-year college degrees to students while they're in high school. And the way that we're able to do that, I think we already hired the executive director for this program, but it works in conjunction and under the Department of Education. Right now, we're looking at the structure of the current Voc Tech board. And that board, we're thinking about reconfiguring it so that it covers the auspices of the technical college as well, too. But we're ready to go. We've been working on this about 2 years. We started at the complex in St. Croix. That's where it originally started to bear fruit. And now we've expanded it so we covered all of the schools in doing this curriculum. I'm sure some of it will be online as well. But we're hoping to incorporate, of course, a Whitley Skills Center in St. Thomas, which should open soon and be able to launch it for September 2026.
Is this a program in which going to require tuition, or is it a program that's going to be free?
That's a great question. You know, free is our middle name. So yeah, we'll be offering those courses free. So it'll just be like public education. One of the things that we always worry about is sustainability. How do we keep it running? Along with that, we're really working on a plan now, and I didn't talk about it last night, where all these billion-dollar contracts that we're given to get the contractors to sign up to a couple $100,000 a year towards hiring vocational teachers that work for an institution, not necessarily the Virgin Islands government. So remember a couple of years ago when Hovensa was open, over a decade, when Hovensa was open, they had a school running at the complex where they hired all the instructors and they were training the people to be millwright, to work with pumps and welding, the same concept except across all the construction trades, electrician, plumbing, carpentry, masonry. So if we have those resources from the contractors who are building these schools and hospitals and all this thing, we can actually be training the workforce for them. So by the time they graduate out of high school, they're good to go. Project management is another place where this is needed. So one of the big hurdles in our career and technical training, that's what it is. I'm calling it vocational because of my age. But one of the big thing is you can't get a licensed electrician to come and teach a class and make a teacher's salary. They make a lot more money. So by using these outside contractors to fund this, they can afford to pay an electrician 80, 90,000 or however much it is for them to come and teach class. So that's the pathway we're going down. We're organizing that. But before that gets done, we're going to launch this technical college.
Awesome. Just to start off the pot a little bit, there's a bill with the apprenticeship program. Mm-hmm. Do we see any way of this marrying each other or having similarities, or we're just doing a separate thing?
I haven't seen the bill, but we have at least like 10 to 12 apprenticeships running in the Virgin Islands already. As a matter of fact, 2 weeks ago, right here in Government House, we launched the teacher apprenticeship program. So we have people along that track coming along, whether they're in the classroom already and haven't really finished the degree, or they haven't even started upon the education track. But the first people we're looking at is the assistants in school to help them become teachers because they're the most interested. So that program is off and running, and we're hoping to see some progress and some new teachers come out of it.
All right, that was Governor Brian stating and sharing the details of the VI Technical College. That's a great opportunity because not everyone is going into college, and this gives you training and equivalent of a 2-year college degree. What he said that's launching. What did he say? Later this year or into next year. Man, listen, I came from both college and vocational programs. So, we have a lot of skilled young men out here. We've seen a lot of them, of course, in the heavy equipment section. They're driving the dump truck, the Mack trucks. But imagine those that are doing the excavating, operating the backhoes, even the forklifts, the cranes, those type of trades, and those come with a lot of heavy salaries. And it's more, you think about it, just try and find a plumber. Just try to find a plumber. So we say respect those right now. We want to see that take shape and form where our individual, and that's how it was in the past. If you were part of the Charlotte O'Malley High School, you had the vocational program, and many people who weren't doing academic, they had the plumbing, the carpentry, the ironworks, and such like that. So that's an opportunity for us to get in touch with our residents, our students, and give them opportunity that could launch their careers and their lives. So that's a wonderful thing. And then don't forget, UVI have free college education. Of course, there may be one or two speculations, but they've expanded where it's for full-time students and part-time students. So there are opportunities coming for us. We just have to take advantage of it. Hey, listen, wonderful thing that's happening right here. What is it? Is Sessions on the Floor, Reichel Center for the Arts, this Friday, January 31st, at the Elridge Blake Sports and Fitness Center. Listen, man, this thing will be big things. It's going to be the awesome jam band. Elijah Bratwick project. Elijah Bratwick does a steel pan. Then he does you get a brass instruments. What else you have? You have you just they have a beautiful selection. The Elijah Bratwick project. And if you haven't heard Jam Band lately, Jam Band that be kicking up. Jam Band even touring, they're going up in America. Jam Band that be in Vieques. Is Vieques or Calibra? Did be down there rocking, and Jaman a song good, it a song clean. Shout out to James Bushelty, all the guys part of Jaman, big up yourself. And you're gonna have Mike Love and Lioness. Now, tomorrow we belong doing Rise Up Tuesday and Thursdays, but we're gonna do it tomorrow as well. Tomorrow, we're gonna give away some tickets to Session on the Floor. But where is tickets available? Tickets are available. I'm trying to find out the information and share it for you. Just visit Reichel Center, their website or their Facebook page. They'll have the information right there. It starts at 7 p.m. It's hosted by Dion Donadell, and it's going to be good things, man. This is Session on the Floor. Reichel Center for the Arts. Man, check it on out, man. That's Friday night. Come down for a lime. You leave your job. Some people want to go home and pretty up. You could do that too. But come down there and check out Session for the Floor at Reichel Center for the Arts production, man. Big things happening. Now, I started and told you about this. This is going to be this Sunday, hosted by Big Sha, international calypsonian, international soca artist. Big Sha, Daddy Sha, Sha HP, whatever you call him. Him alongside Bogle are going to be doing Miss Naturalista 5th annual Christmas giveaway. So, Miss Naturalista does this every year. Oops, press the wrong thing. Wherein the customers, the patrons, and there's still time to enter, you're gonna get awesome prizes. So all who've been shopping from Christmas, they've been getting a ticket, a raffle ticket, some kind of ticket, and then entered into a big box, big situation, right? And they're gonna pull it, and these customers are gonna win hundreds of dollars worth of prizes. So if you haven't been to Miss Naturalista or you go to Miss Naturalista, make sure you get your ticket or run down there today, tomorrow, Saturday, and get your ticket. Because this drawing is going to be on Sunday, live stream from Miss Naturalista store, St. Thomas and St. Croix. Yes. Man, listen, no, it's massive. And you're going to have Shah, you're going to have MC Bogle. It's going to be a vibes. It's going to be a vibes. I'm looking for this thing to show you. I wanted to keep it on the party side, but we know this has been a week with and as we start this in the national news side, last night there was breaking news of a helicopter that collided with American Airlines regional plane. Lives were lost. We want to say condolences to the families and keep everyone in the prayers. Those who are injured. That's happening on the national news side. Also, what was happening on the national news side this week, we've been seeing images, videos, we've been seeing individuals being I don't want to say apprehended. I'm going to use the word pick up. They've been picking up people, some ICE following the president's order, he ran on it, and he bringing forward his promise. So Delegate Plaskett shared this know your rights, a one page, a one flyer to let you know what to do if ICE stops you in public or they come to your house. Your immigration rights, how to keep you and your loved ones stay safe. So if ICE come to your door, do not open the door for ICE or any police officer without a signed warrant. You do not need to open the door unless an ICE agent can show you a warrant signed by a judge with your specific and correct name and address. If ICE knocks on your door, ask them to slide a search warrant under the door or show it through a window. Make sure the warrant is signed by a judge and has your address on it. If ICE or the police do not have this, then you don't have to open the door. Once you open the door, you lose certain rights. And then if ICE stops you in public, you have the right to remain silent. You have the right to speak to a lawyer, carry your valid immigration documents, report and document raids and arrests. Before you sign anything, talk to a lawyer, carry a know your rights card. And it says, show the card if an immigration officer stops you. The card explains that you will remain silent and that you wish to speak with an attorney. English and Spanish versions are available. And a tip, take a photo of your ID and keep it in your phone. And then it says, let ICE know if you have children. This was shared by Delegate Plaskett's office. We shared it to our Facebook page on AllAhWeTV. Please save it because yo, this thing is serious, man, real talk. And whether or not, it don't matter where you're born, because no one controls where you're going to born or where you're going to die. We don't have control over that. Wherever God blessed us to be birthed, to have been, if you're from the Virgin Islands, from America, Europe, whatever, that's destined by God, okay? At the end of the day, we all are humans, we all are people, and it's a global community. But what we are seeing is unfolding. It touches your heart, and don't make no joke and no fun of it. You just respect, and you have your heart and your sympathy and your prayers for everyone. Okay, so know your rights and know what to do if ICE come knocking on your door. Another thing happening here in the community you can save the date on is right here, the Virgin Islands Port Authority community meeting. This is on Tuesday, February 11th from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. at the Cleon Creek Legislative Hall. The public is invited to attend, ask questions, and share concerns. This is the top discussion of the design and construction plan for the Enid Pond Community Park, which will be built in Cruz Bay, St. John. The project is funded by the appropriations from the Legislature of the Virgin Islands. You're going to have Mr. Carlton Dow, Executive Director of the Port Authority. You're going to have Mr. Preston J. Bayer. He's the Director of Engineering at the Port Authority. And Mafalt and Nicole, they're the project consultant. So that's Tuesday, February 11th. It's a way out from now, but St. John, and of course, residents of St. Thomas, if you're able to go over and find out the information. A lot of things are coming up. And we want to keep you in the know-how right here on AllAhWeTV. I saw this flyer, and it's so funny. I want to share it, man. This here is, hey, listen, they get a little free promotion, but it's funny. This is going to be February 14th. This is Ag Fest weekend. So it say, card them from now. Dress code is a Valentine's Day event. Dress code, white if you're giving card. Red if you're taking card. Pink if you're about to give card. You got to give it to creativity. I love it. I love the creativity on it. So it's a card them from now event, and who's on the card? Music by InStyles International and Toasty, Daddy Stroker, Trinity Crew, DJ Chubby, Syndicate Sounds located at the area code. And get this, ladies free before 12 a.m., more after, men $20 all night long. So once again, dress code, white if you're giving card, red if you're taking card, pink if you're about to give card. I love it. I love the creativity, man. You gotta give it, man. So it's 7 a.m. right here on AllAhWeTV. This is the Rise Up Morning Show. We're telling you it's 76 degrees out there, 76 degrees Fahrenheit. Today we're going to see what we're going to see today happening. Today you're going to see a high about 83 degrees, 82. we're gonna have no rain, no precipitation until about 10 p.m. tonight. So that's 9:30, 9:30, 10 p.m. to about throughout the night. But in the day, it should be mostly sunny skies and a very humid day. So if you are out there walking around, let me tell you something. You need your umbrella because the sun is not playing, man. It's so hot. Listen, you jump in your car, you can't even leave in the AC running. You jump out your car that is, but don't practice it because there have been theft and the VIPD warned against it. You want to make sure your keys and nothing valuable is present in your vehicles. That was a little jokey joke that I was sharing. So please be careful and always be vigilant. Exercise caution because you don't want no mischievous person go and drive off with your car. Today being Thursday. Woo! Yeah, Thursday we have one ship. One ship, that's the Carnival Magic at Haven site. Maybe I get it confused and I said two. I apologize. Friday we're going to have two ships. That's the Seven Seas Navigator and the Odyssey of the Seas. Seven Seas is going to be at Haven site. The Odyssey is going to be at Crown Bay. And Saturday on Haven site, it's the Enchanted Princess St. Croix. Saturday, you're going to have the Seven Seas Navigator holding about 500 passengers. So in the email, every day we get updates from the Virgin Islands Police Department and arrests and if incidents occurred. Haven't seen anything for the past few days. Let's knock on wood. Let's keep it like that. Keep it like that. As the governor said, in 2024, for the first 6 months, we only had about 6 or 7 murders. Then at the end of the year, it really exploded. But let's keep it calm. Let's avoid a situation. If you are engaged or you have a history, parents, don't be shy to fly your child out. Get them signed up in the military or the armed forces. That's a great way for them to start a career. And sometimes you fly out, but you go with your same bad behavior. So if you have the opportunity to leave, you want to leave, but you want to leave and, change your life, bro. Change your life. That's it. Simple. But we want to keep it like this. We haven't been seeing any incidents, and that's a beautiful thing. We're going to keep giving you little pieces from the governor's state of the territory and his post response. But all we're going to do right now is we're going to run a few ads. And then we're going to come right back up because it's the Rise Up Morning Show right here on AllAhWe. Ain't me, ain't you. It's us. It's AllAhWe. AllAhWeTV.
Jr., also known as the Don Deal. I was diagnosed with stage 2 prostate cancer on August 31st, 2017. That moment changed my life. The hardest part of the experience was the thought of not being here to see my children and grandchild grow. Luckily, my family and support team were real. They had food sales to show their support. My prayer warriors and doctors were phenomenal. Do I encourage men to get screened for prostate cancer? The answer is an absolute yes. If you're an African American male with a family history of prostate cancer, you should begin screening at age 40. If you are unsure about screening, talk to your doctor to decide if screening is right for you. Testing is easy. Early detection saves lives. I am a living testament, and that's a done deal. African American men are at an increased risk of getting and dying from prostate cancer more than any other race. Talk to your doctor to find out if prostate cancer screening is right for you. This message was brought to you by the Department of Health, Division of Chronic Disease and Prevention.
The first step in securing your business or home is erecting a fence so the non-invited can keep out and the invited can be guided in. Now, a solid, beautiful exterior structure not only enhances the appearance, but also increases the value of your home or commercial property. Meet Bender and Associates. They are the experts in aluminum and stainless steel, including their manufacture and repair. Their work include gates, automatic and manual, stairs, security bars, wheelchair ramps. Hey, once you dream it and it involves steel, aluminum, or any metal structure, Bender and Associates can build or repair it. And for those who love the metals with beautiful designs, Bender and Associates can do that also. Time to get started by calling 340-244-0861. Oh yes, Bender and Associates service the entire Virgin Islands. Bender and Associates, beautifying your property while securing your peace of mind.
If you from the VI, will you there, put your hands up high, represent your home. If you from the VI, will you there, put your flags up high, VI to the bone. The party don't start until we reach. No, we don't bring no sun to the beach. All we need to hear is a beat.
My life is all about movement, my boy. Moving my ideas to the board with the fastest fiber. Staying connected on the road with reliable 5G and on the go with nationwide coverage. No matter how I move, Avalanche! Via creates a symphony of connectivity, so I could bring down a cascade of sound. From the VI shores to the global stage, it's one VI to the wall with DJ Avalanche and Via.
Rise up, my big crew, rise up. It's time to rise and go home. Rise up, my big crew, rise up. It's time to rise and go home. Any man in another man's house. Any man in another man's house.
That's really fine getting ready. Today ain't just about stepping out, we stepping up. Starting with the essentials, the Levi Fisher bundle isn't just about looking good, it's about feeling good. You're hydrating and grooming that bed perfectly. Next, let's not forget the skin. With Naked Luxury's Fairline Men, we taking premium care that leaves your skin irresistible. Why? Because self-care ain't just a luxury, it's a necessity. So before you head out, remember looking good is more than just clothes. It's about bringing out your natural charm. You think your woman and want to see you rough all the time? Don't forget, look good all the time. Take care of yourself.
I know the ladies like to see that one right there, the Natty Dread. That's a Miss Naturalista ad. What he's saying, Ed, you think looking good is just for the ladies, them? They don't want to see you rough all the time. They want to see you nice up. Well, let's say good morning. It's the Rise Up Morning Show. It is right now 7:09 here in the Virgin Islands. Waking up right here to clear skies. We're having a sunny day that's coming. We have one ship in port here in St. Thomas. No ships on the St. Croix port, but that's a great time for you to have the shopping to yourself. Go down to the Christian Stud stores, get yourself something. If you want some nice silver, some nice gold, go down and check the people down there at either Crucian Gold or the different stores, and go down and have lunch on the boardwalk. Or I always go to one of my favorite spots, Corner Pocket Chicken Shack, of course, T's Restaurant. Down there in the West, Frederickstead, that's Santa Cruz. How about my people in St. John? Sometimes we don't shout them out enough. Big up to the St. Johnians. When you go St. John, you got to be ready to line. Because them St. Johnians, they could line, my son. Woo! They that keep it going. Well, listen, this has been the State of the Territory week, and we give you clips of the senators on Tuesdays, giving their post responses to the governor, all the notes, all the deliveries that he made. And then we also came, and today we're starting to share deliveries from Governor Bryan himself about what to expect. What going a little more in depth into some of the topics that he delivered. Well, this one is an important one. This one is about our favorite pastime, horse racing. So St. Thomas, our track is open, but St. Croix, listen, that track has been, it was good before. They shut it down and we ain't see no action. Well, the governor made some bold statements about the St. Croix track and what is to come. So we asked him more questions about it and what can we see. So check it out right here. This is Governor Albert Bryan responding into what to expect in the next few months with the St. Croix horse track. All right?
I don't know what I'm going to do next because I worked 30 years to get this job, Maybe I'll work for the next governor, he or she. Maybe they give me a job. I don't even want the money. I just want to be able to be in the sauce.
That's such a good clue, right? Listen, so with the horse track, St. Croix, If you say this is sent to court, are we going to see a big, long, extended battle?
Well, I hope
Like the
not.
Southland over here, or is this, like you said, this is going to be kind of quick? And VIGL is involved in the community. It's incredible hotels, right?
They own the Caravel under a different entity name. I mean, but this is the same people. Or yeah, we don't want to fight. We just want to build our track, man. You know, I even if they let it go and they let us build a track and they come back and then they bid for the Racino, that's fine too. But
You said we have the money to build it right now.
so we already pledged 5 million, and then we had FEMA damages from the boat tracks. That's 7 million. We were going to use that money to build cricket stadiums and other sports facilities, but we might as well put it right back in the track where it came from, because the 12 million will get us the stands, it'll get us the surface, and we could go horse racing. Off we go. The barns need a little work, but you know, we could go. We don't have to have that elaborate thing. And then we could bid out again during the process for somebody who want to run the Racino, because even if VIGL get a Racino built, they still have to give it to DV for 2 years. So that's 2 years and no money coming in for VIGL, and they still have to run the track. So that's what they try and get away from. Because once the track open, they got to pay $100,000 per race day in prizes. So how do you make money when the Racino is owned by Divi for 2 years? So for 2 years, you got to come up with $2 million there thereabouts to run horse races and run all the maintenance facility, keep the track in order, keep the stables in order, and run operations. It's just impossible to do. So I get what they're saying, but we need a track. We got the money. Let's go.
All right, you heard it from Governor Albert Brand right there, talking about horse racing and the status. That's a question that's on many. Everybody love horse race. Everybody love horse race. I mean, you see how the track that look on Carnival Friday. Remember, never move it from Friday to the Sunday. Keep horse race on the Friday. But on St. Croix, what's happening with the horse track? And you heard the governor say right there, they got the money. It's been on the table for quite some time, some back and forth with the company. Of course, there's two sides to a story. I would love to sit down with VIGL for them to share their story. Listen, it's only fair, two sides to a story. But for the residents, for the people who are passionate on the horse racing, from the trainers, the groomers, the riders, and the attendees who look forward to come out, and it's a positive event. Right now, the champion reigning from St. Croix, my partner them, Chuck them, my guys up there in the east. So big ups to them, but big ups to everyone who's involved in it. There's a letter that was sent by Hugo Hodge, who hold the title of, he's the president of the horse racing group, because on the last race day in St. Thomas, some horses were injured. And a horse is an important, a very expensive investment. So not one, not two, about 3 horses. So he was calling for independent study, independent check into what's happening on the track for those issues to be addressed. We were trying to coordinate with Mr. Hodge, but schedule's been crazy. They're working together, Whopper generators up. He does consulting there. So, he's, like the governor said and acknowledged and called night, it's been a group effort of a lot of people, past and present, who helped Whopper get those generators online. But we weren't able to coordinate with Mr. Hodge. But right now, we're talking about the horse track and St. Croix, and you heard it from the governor as to what he would like to see done. And of course, we don't want it no long timeline, lengthy court battle. Let's just move this thing along. The one thing we got to say in our community is, though, we got to keep the same energy. So the energy that we have for horse racing or for the Queen Show, we got to be passionate about the conditions of our hospitals. Our hospitals going through some issues. Ray Fonseca, he's asking for a declaration of state of emergency for the hospitals. Well, while we were sitting down with the governor spoke on that request. Senator Fonseca is asking about. He responded. We may not play it this morning, but we will definitely share it on AllAhWeTV page. And if you have a horse racing friend, partner, cousin, boyfriend, girlfriend, anything like that, it's on AllAhWeTV page. You can share them the video about what the governor said about the St. Croix horse track. But back to the point, let's keep the same energy for important topics in our community. Schools, hospital. What else is important? Benefits, Medicare, medical assistance. The governor said it in his state of the territory. 70% of our population does not work for the government. So that means 70% is either self-employed, 1099, the working, contracting job. That means they have to find their own insurance money. They have to find their own way of paying the medical, dealing with if they get social security or trying to create a retirement for themselves. So let's keep the same energy on all the topics. And don't be afraid to respectfully talk to your leaders, your senators, the governor, and bring them concerns or questions that you have. After all, they are our representatives, They work for us. And the best thing when we do is when we organize in a group, because then we have a movement. And that group comes with a single voice. 1, 2, 3. Here is what we are looking forward to. We can't have them, realistically, they can't fix every single thing. However, what is the most important, the top 3 that we need to see in our community? We need you to get tunnel vision on that and work on that. So we're happy here on AllAhWeTV that our leaders have been giving us the opportunity to share responses that we can present to you. But we invite the opposition, we invite the union leaders, we invite those who have concerns to come to our platform to share and give your thing voice so others can know about it and we could put pressure on the leaders. So as we're sharing the responses from the governor, we want to share, I think it's good. I'm going to share we had the senators. We said that, well, we're going to share the responses here from Senator Kurt Viale. He said, listen, when I come to AllAhWeTV, I don't see my thing, So I want him to know, and I want you to tell him that we played it Tuesday and we're playing it back today, and it's also on AllAhWeTV Facebook page. So this is Senator Kurt Viale. His responses to the governor State of the Territory address on Monday night, right here.
Senator Kurt Viale. I listened to the State of the Territory and had a chance to actually read it as the governor was orally presenting the State of the Territory. And there was a lot of information in there, a lot of numbers, a lot of discussion about projects, discussion about education, about the hospital system. But when you read the State of the Territory and you reflect on what is actually taking place on the ground, the reality of the Virgin Islands at this juncture, it just doesn't correlate. And I heard a discussion in reference to the hospitals, and in St. Croix, Wang Louis has just been going through a tremendous amount of issues in reference to long wait time in the emergency room, 13, 14 hours, lack of supplies for doctors and nurses to be able to perform simple procedures, lack of staff, education, that have been also a number of problems. I heard a discussion in reference to Charlotte O'Malley High School, the building there, and also at Arthur Richards. And you gotta excuse me, I'm fighting a cold. I haven't actually seen what is going on at Charlotte O'Malley in terms of the rebuild. And I'm very concerned about Charlotte O'Malley in particular because it's a high school that don't have access to a gym, don't have access to athletic facilities. So I'd like to see that really expedited. There was a lot of discussion about contracts, and there are a number of contracts that are taking place right now on St. Croix, from the bridges to Parley Joseph Stadium to Vincent Mason Pool. But a lot of those contracts have been in place for a number of years. Parley Joseph over 10 years, the transportation building at Public Work for the last 5 years, and we're not seeing completion. So one of the things that we're going to be doing in the legislature is we're going to be calling in property and procurement. We're going to be having a very candid discussion in reference to the contracts that are being generated by PNP and Department of Justice as to whether or not there are timelines and penalties in there in which contractors have to finish projects. And a good example is the Midland Road Bridge. They dug it up and then the contractor disappeared and have not returned to the site for 3-4 months. The East Airport Road, the same thing. Dug it up and then the contractor disappeared for months. That doesn't happen in any other jurisdiction. So that's one of the areas we're going to focus on, especially with the announcement that we now have access to some $22 billion. We need to be able to spend those monies because we have a new administration in place, a Republican administration, and they're looking at cost-cutting measures. And we want to make sure that the Virgin Islands in no way is going to be included in any of those cuts. We have already heard the president say that I'm going to change the way that FEMA is run. We would rather the state take responsibility. And part of the statement, he said, we'll also like the state to have some teeth in the game, that the states will be able to put up some money. So we have to really make sure that our monies are obligated, that we're going to not lose any of the funds that we presently have, and that we're going to expeditiously spend those monies, because if we're able to do that, we're going to be able to transform the Virgin Islands. Never in our history have we had access to the amount of monies we have now as a result of disasters, as a result of the American Rescue Plan Act, as a result of the CARES Act. So we have to make sure that we expeditiously spend every single penny that has been allocated for the Virgin Islands.
Anything there that you wish would have liked to have been included?
Well, definitely there was a total void in reference to mental health and homelessness. And that population has just been exponentially growing. I know on the island of St. Croix, because I drive there every single day, where you're literally seeing individuals walking in the middle of the street and just really erratic behavior. And it's a young population, and a number of them, I think we should be able to help them, but we must be able to develop a mental health plan. We got to develop a plan for that homeless population. And I didn't hear any discussion about that, but I know that it's a problem that we have and a problem that we need to address.
As you go and you begin work, what's some of your immediate projects are you going to be working on?
Well, definitely education. I'm going to try to make sure that there is a plan in which summer maintenance will be able to take place as soon as the students leave. I want to address those schools that have had, for the last 2 years, to reduce the schedule or have a shortened bell schedule because of excessive heat. So I'm going to be asking those questions as to how we're going to be able to alleviate that for this upcoming school year. To speak to a number of the capital projects that are supposed to take place, the status of Arthur Richards, the status of Shaltamali High School, going to be addressing the learning loss and the fact that a number of our students are below grade level and some substantially below grade level, as to what plans we have that we're going to be able to utilize during the summer or after school to deal with those issues. So we're going to have a hearing on February 6th, and the agenda will be out very, very shortly. And we are hoping that the Education Committee would be able to assist in the Education Department in being able to complete their job and to motivate them to get the job done in the upcoming months.
All right, that was Senator Kurt VLA. We were having a little stick issue right there on the computer, if you notice it. But Senator Kurt VLA, his responses to the Governor's State of the Territory address. If you see Senator Kurt VLA, please let him know AllAhWeTV aired this piece and you saw it. All right, no, big up to Senator Kurt VLA. Always complimented for his ability and he paying attention to the budget. So we know he's going to give great oversight there in the legislature. So shout out to Kurt VLA. So listen, a week and a half ago, 2 weeks, the letter and request for a state of emergency for the hospitals were made by Senator Fonseca. Circulated in the media, we did an on-camera with Senator Fonseca stating the reasons why for the request for the state of emergency. So while talking to the governor on his post remarks from the state of the territory address, we asked him what are his thoughts and what should we expect to see his move. You're going to see it right here on AllAhWeTV. This is Governor Albert Bryan Jr. talking about the request for a state of emergency to our hospitals, St. Thomas and St. Croix. We can't talk everything. We did that, and this is the final question. We cut up a clip from the WAPA ribbon cutting, and it was a good clip, good statements. Now, Senator Fonseca is leading a charge for you to do a similar approach with WAPA for the hospitals.
Right.
And we hear the hospitals having some challenges.
Right.
So what's your response to that?
When weren't they having some challenges? I mean, healthcare has been under attack. It's millions and millions of dollars we put in healthcare over the last couple of years, especially with the COVID money. But I don't think Ray Fonseca understands calling a state of emergency, right? Let me see how the Senate, that really filed on their own self. They pass a law that let me say it this way. Calling a state of emergency only allows the governor to be able to take money from anywhere to address a problem that we're having. And it allows you to forgo the procurement process. It allows you to overlook any law that gets in your way unless it's unconstitutional. The legislature passed a law that says that no matter what, I can't touch the Epstein money for a state of emergency. So we have $130 million sitting down in cash. And if you have a crisis to the hospital, I can't use that money. I got to find money from somewhere else. So what's the purpose of calling a state of emergency for healthcare? We call it a state of emergency for WAPA because we had money in the rainy day fund. We had money in other places that we used to help WAPA get on their track. But the only cash money we have around now, we have a little bit of ARPA money left. I don't need a state of emergency to use that. And we can't use that because it's all obligated. And then we have the Epstein monies, the lawsuit monies that are sitting there. So I'm kind of perplexed as to why he wants me to call a state of emergency. It doesn't do anything. The hospital need money. It always needed money. We gave each hospital $10 million apiece, and they still need more money. So the legislature got to find some money. They got to find a way of creating revenue or allowing for some kind of bond issue or something for the hospital. Well, let me tell you, it's all about choices, right? The hospital got $10 million each, and they chose to pay them out in raises and salary increases. And now they have to bear the burden of those costs. So that was their choice. Those people who are running the hospital, they got to make choices to run their institution, just like I make choices. Now, in the last 5 years, every time there's a crisis, people come up here and cry for money. We out. We don't have any more money. So now CEOs are going to have to make tough decisions about what they're going to do, what they're going to fund, and how they're going to run their businesses because we don't have any more.
All right. Response there. Of course, the other side of the story going to be we want to talk with the CEOs. We have a new CEO that's coming into the GFL hospital. And of course, you got to go in there and, get acquainted and check out everything. But we have a CEO in the St. Thomas Hospital, Ms. Tina Comisiong Esquire. So we look forward to talking with her because we spoke with Senator Fonseca, spoke right now with the governor, and as the governor acknowledged there is problems, they need help. The CEOs have to run their place. So I would like to see and invite CEO Tina Comisiong to come and share and let us know. We're hearing the talk of the critical needs that they have, vendors that are not being paid. Senator Fonseca listed that the cleaning service almost walked off on the job to stop cleaning the hospital. You can't have that. We must have the hospital clean. There's other stories of important vendors for hazardous waste. There's problems with AC. That always been a problem. All kind of sort of problems. So let us know where we're at and share the story. It isn't, when there's a situation, we as Caribbean people, we learn we don't share our dirty laundry. We don't like to let people know what's going on in our house. But sometimes you do have to let people know what's going on in your house so that your need can be prioritized. Help can be down the road, but maybe people don't know. Maybe even when you say it out loud, sometimes you have something inside. and you say it out loud, you get to hear yourself back, and then you get to say, hey, that don't make too much sense. Let me prioritize A and B. But of course, there's two sides to a story. All of us, regardless of who we all are impacted by the conditions of healthcare and the hospitals in the Virgin Islands. Because even if you have flyaway money, all them different programs with the airplanes, you got to be stabilized first before you get fly off. So we need great conditions, great operations, other institutions to take care of our community. You know, what I've been in favor is the hospitals should just insure themselves because this is a money thing. And most of the people who go and run up a bill don't have insurance. And you can't not blame them because we don't really have a insurance program where you could buy individual plans. So you have a need, you go to the hospital because they have to take care of you. But now you get the money. But what about if you had just an affordable plan that you just insured with St. Thomas Hospital and St. Croix Hospital right here in the region? They gotta fix you anyway. So just collect $200, $300 a month from the people, and 300 times how many people are. Remember, the governor says 70% of the population don't work for the government. So let me say another 25% work for the big hotel chains, the big corporations, and they have good insurance and good benefits. That still leaves another 50%, 40 something percent that's just open. But we got to talk with the CEOs and find out what is happening in the hospital. Ray Fonseca, Senator Fonseca, made his claim. The governor stated his part and responds to it. Of course, this isn't the end of it, but now we need the CEOs to come in and step in and talk. Maybe even the boards of the hospital need to come in and share their voice. Well, listen, no, 7:33, and just like you, when I see quitting time come, I want to run. But man, it's a pleasure coming here in the morning. 6:30 to 7:30. We're doing Tuesdays and Thursdays is the Rise Up Morning Show. Tomorrow, we're going to be here because it's the weekend. It's Friday, and we like to lime. We like to fet. So we're going to be telling you where the fet is at. But we're letting you know. Come, listen. We're letting you know that what's going on. Reichel Center sessions on the floor. Reichel Center presents the awesome jam band. I'm here looking for the flyer now. Reichel Center presents the awesome jam band, Mike Love, Lioness. Oh my God, this party, it's going to be a nice party. You want to be there. All of the UVI Sports and Fitness Center, they're also going to have the Elijah Brathwaite Project. Oh, look at here, Emmett. Finally get it. Don't worry, sometimes you're late to pull up your homework, but it shows up. So you get Reichel Center sessions on the floor, the awesome jam band, Lioness, Mike Love, the Elijah Brathwaite Project. That's happening Friday at 7 p.m. That's the Elridge Blake Sports and Fitness Center. We know it as the UVI Sports and Fitness Center. And come down there and have a nice time and have a good drinks. Come lime, come dance the night away. And I'm sure when Reichel done, if you're still in the motor party, you can head over by Zanzibar. Sabotage Band is going to be there. They are there. They are there every Friday night. And Zanzibar is a vibe of its own. So you can go and check that out. Sunday, we have Miss Naturalista. Miss Naturalista have the big Christmas giveaway that's happening. You go, you shop men, women. Naturalista is more than natural hair, Natural hair products. It's wellness, it's lifestyle, it's beauty, it's products for you and your entire family. So ladies, it's for ladies, men, children. There's items. And guess who that go there? Big Shot. Bogle, you know what I mean? You see them Rasta man looking nice and they good twist up. My boy Keyboard are good there. Keyboard always get he natty them good and nice. Keyboard I get he natty them good. Hey, Keyboard I go there to Miss Natural. I go to Miss Naturalista. They have butters, oils, incenses. I use a butter. Every time my barber keep asking me, Tanza, hey, where that come from? I said, Tanza from Miss Naturalista. I think he waiting for me to bring him a butter. Nah, you got to go up by Miss Naturalista. Up there in Yacht Haven Grand by Red Hook Family Practice, by the Windies entrance. That's the St. Thomas location. And St. Croix is located in front of Jane's Bridal on the west side in front of, I still say Plaza West, but the market across the street. So, listen, they were giving out, there's still time to enter It's a big drawing. You're going to win hundreds of dollars worth of prizes there at Miss Naturalista, the annual Christmas giveaway happening Sunday at 4 p.m. hosted by MC Bogle and Big Shot. So you want to check it out, get your raffle tickets. We're getting ready to get out of here. But listen, what else is happening? They're going to have the announcement of royalty on Sunday. Who's going to be running for princess, queen, duchess, all those categories. I've been looking for the flyer, can't find it, not sure why. But that is happening in St. Thomas because Carnival is in the area. And if you're on social media, let me tell you something, they've been releasing those flyers. Carnival is definitely here. You see from PTO, my guys at the Sunset Soca Wine Fest, the Juve Troops, Insomniacs, Kaleidoscope. You see the commercial coming from USVI Festival Committee. So April, you know what it is. It is Carnival in St. Thomas. And they're already putting out the stuff there. So get ready, man. If you're in here, make sure you're here. But before April, you have what? You have St. Croix Ag Fest. That's going to be Valentine's Day weekend. But an important thing we want you to note and save the date, 10 Sleepless Nights have a grand quadrille. That's going to be on February 7th, 9 p.m. at the St. Gerard's Hall. Admission is $10. Music by Stanley and the 10 Sleepless Nights. And food and drinks and still brought to you by VIA, AARP, the Virgin Islands Lottery, and VICA. Listen, I done that a year, and it was a good party. It was a good line. I would like to see more of the 30 and under. I think what we're going to do, we're going to buy us some bulk tickets, and I want to give away to 30 and under, 35 and under, maybe 40 and under too. Come out, quadrille. You and your significant other, you and your friend, come and quadrille, come and lime. This will be, and when Stanley turn on, they'll turn on. And it'll be great, man. It's a great vibes. February 7th is a grand quadrille. And 10 Sleepless Nights is celebrating their 55 years of existence and providing and supporting, providing great music, pushing the culture, pushing the music, and pushing the beauty of Virgin Islands culture. Well, listen, it is Thursday, it's 7:38. It's been the Rise Up Morning Show, and we're going to get out of here. We heard a lot from this governor and his responses to the state of the territory, expanded on it, that is, and you heard from Kurt VLA, who shared some news on what's happening. No news is good news. We ain't seen nothing come out of Virgin Islands Police Department, and let's keep it that way. We want it to be like they. Outside of that, it's paradise. Enjoy it. Go get yourself some coconut water. Drink it out of a coconut. Open it up. Eat the white thing. What you to call it? What you to call it again? Regardless. Get yourself a pina colada, bushwhacker, or drink like the Virgin Islands. Drink a painkiller. Of course, if you're drinking, don't drive. But enjoy paradise. I don't care if you go to work. You have 15-minute break time. In addition to your lunch break, go and just walk around in the park. Get a little sunlight on your face and enjoy paradise. It's here for us, This is our paradise. And think about it. People come from all over. Just enjoy what we have every single day. So enjoy it, love it, respect it. This is our home. The U.S. and the British Virgin Islands, all are we is one. All right? Good morning to you and see you tomorrow here at 6:30 on the Rise Up Morning Show.
I am Eustace Grant Jr., also known as the Don Deal. I was diagnosed with stage 2 prostate cancer on August 31st, 2017. That moment changed my life. The hardest part of the experience was the thought of not being here to see my children and grandchild grow. Luckily, my family and support team were real. They had food sales to show their support. My prayer warriors and doctors were phenomenal. Do I encourage men to get screened for prostate cancer? The answer is an absolute yes. If you're an African American male with a family history of prostate cancer, you should begin screening at age 40. If you are unsure about screening, talk to your doctor to decide if screening is right for you. Testing is easy. Early detection saves lives. I am a living testament, and that's a done deal. African American men are at an increased risk of getting and dying from prostate cancer more than any other race. Talk to your doctor to find out if prostate cancer screening is right for you. This message was brought to you by the Department of Health, Division of Chronic Disease and Prevention.
The first step in securing your business or home is erecting a fence so the non-invited can keep out and the invited can be guided in. Now, a solid, beautiful exterior structure not only enhances the appearance, but also increases the value of your home or commercial property. Meet Bender and Associates. They are the experts in aluminum and stainless steel, including their manufacture and repair. Their work include gates, automatic and manual, stairs, security bars, wheelchair ramps. Hey, once you dream it and it involves steel, aluminum, or any metal structure, Bender and Associates can build or repair it. And for those who love the metals with beautiful designs, Bender and Associates can do that also. Time to get started by calling 340-244-0861. Oh yes, Bender and Associates service the entire Virgin Islands. Bender and Associates, beautifying your property while securing your peace of mind.
If you from the VI, when you're there, put your hands them up high. Represent your home. If you from the VI, when you're there, put your flags them up high. VI to the ball. The party don't start until we reach. No, we don't bring no sun to the beach. All we need to hear is a beat. So we go so we go.
My life is all about movement, my boy. Moving my ideas to the board with the fastest fiber. Staying connected on the road with reliable 5G and on the go with nationwide coverage. No matter how I move,
Avalanche!
Via creates a symphony of connectivity, so I could bring down a cascade of sound. From the VI shores to the global stage, it's one VI to the wall with DJ Avalanche and Via.
Man them, let's redefine getting ready. Today ain't just about stepping out, we stepping up. Starting with the essentials, the Levi Fisher bundle isn't just about looking good, it's about feeling good. Hydrating and grooming that bed perfectly. Next, let's not forget the skin. With Naked Luxury's Fairline Men, we taking premium care that leaves your skin irresistible. Why? Because self-care ain't just a luxury, it's a necessity. So before you head out, remember looking good is more than just clothes, it's about bringing out your natural charm. You think your woman and want to see you rough all the time? Don't forget, look good all the time, take care of yourself.